Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. So you've heard about the glass ceiling, the invisible but rigidly maintained barrier that prevents women or other marginalized people from rising to the top in political or business environments. But today I want to talk about the glass cliff, which is when marginalized people are set up to fail but are then blamed for their failure. In my Monday video I talked about Sense8. That is a prime example. Netflix didn't market that show very heavily, and then when that show got low viewership, they canceled it. Of course it got low viewership. You didn't market it. This has been going on in the world of fantasy fiction for decades with women, people of color, pretty much anybody who's not a straight white guy with a beard, said the straight white guy with a beard. A woman author gets picked up by a publisher but then gets less of a budget to promote her work because women don't sell well in fantasy. Then, to no intelligent person's surprise, the woman doesn't sell well, and then publishers use that as a justification for continuing to give low marketing budgets in the future. Now all of this is despite the fact that women and other diverse creators have shattered the glass ceiling over and over and over again. Hunger Games, Hidden Figures, Wonder Woman, Get Out, diverse creators just keep proving that there is an audience there, that their stories do sell just as well even when they're not as heavily promoted. But even if a diverse creator has a hit success, if their next project isn't just as big, they are suddenly persona non grata in the traditional media companies. And this is another form of the glass cliff. Ryan Reynolds, loved the guy, but he made the disaster that was Green Lantern and just kept getting big budget Hollywood movies. Then there's the Wachowskis, two trans women who made The Matrix, arguably the most influential film in recent history. But when the second and third movies weren't as big of a success, they were so spurned that they had to find their own funds to make Cloud Atlas. Like, I get that there were other movies in the mix there and there are other factors involved, but it's ridiculous that the creators of The Matrix have as much trouble getting their projects off the ground as they do when Zack Snyder, off of the strength of like one or two movies in the early days, just keeps trucking. What? What's the solution? Well, obviously it's complicated, but one way we as an audience can help is by supporting diverse creators who are self-funded. Yes, we can and should continue to support diverse creators in traditional industries. But all our support for Ava DuVernay's latest film release isn't gonna help her if the studios decide to kick her out of their good old boys club. So consider seeing a few less movies pumped out by the Hollywood machine, or buying a few less books from traditional publishers, and instead go see some indie movies, or buy books from indie authors who keep 100% of their own profits. And I'm definitely not referring to myself here because, as you may have noticed, I am a straight white guy with a beard. The indie space is as jam-packed with overconfident white men as any other artistic industry out there, but it is also the place where the creator has the most control and receives the most direct support from the people who love their work. If traditional media continues to insist on chucking non-cishet white men creators off a cliff, then screw them. Find the creators that you love and support them directly. Because they can't be thrown off of a glass cliff if we build a safety net to catch them on the way down. That's all I've got for you today, Rebel. Check out my last video on the channel right up there, or check out my Patreon right down there to see my secret weekend videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Monday. Bye!